Kenny Smith here walking out of the set, saying that he's loyal to, he's going to stay loyal. He's a basketball player. He was a basketball player for the Houston Rockets. I'm not sure what else other team he played for, but I definitely know he played for the Houston Rockets. He got 2 NBA titles with them, I believe. And he used to play with, I think he played with Chuck in them. I think he played with Chuck. I'm not sure because Chuck got there late and they didn't win a ring when Chuck got there. But it's he says that he's an NBA, he's a basketball player, and he's a former basketball player, and so he's gonna join the basketball fraternity and walk off the set, and that's exactly what he did here. He walked off the set, right? And so what does that mean? I mean, people have walked off sets before and nothing has changed, so it's just gonna lead to change. This is what because what if I know TNT is not going to fire him because of what the environment is. Now, if he had walked off the set in the 90s, he would have been fired, right? But we're in a different environment now. We're in a different environment now that people are realizing, like, okay, we can't fire these people because now we might be boycotted, right? All of TNT might be boycotted because people love Kenny Smith. Right. And so Kenny Smith knows that he has that power to walk off the set and not be fired right at this moment because of what's going on in society. The environment is different. When Colin Kaepernick took that knee, the environment wasn't the same environment it is right now. So now people are going to be more bold. The WNBA is bold. The NBA is bold. NFL players are getting bold. Like, these people are being bold. The problem is that you're still receiving your checks from the Zionists, all right? And so you guys know this guy right here who hosts the show. And isn't it always funny that they always have a Zionist, a Jew that hosts the show, and there's always like 3 African Americans around them? It's never like an African American that hosts the show. It's always like a Zionist that hosts the show, right? So it's kind of interesting. I see that all the time, where you'll have like 2 African Americans, maybe a Caucasian guy, and then the Zionist hosts the show. They want to control everything, right? So Ernie's a Zionist. He's a Zionist puppet. You know what I mean? Does he have all the big money like the Rockefellers? No, but he's a millionaire. He's got millions of dollars, and he's a Zionist puppet, right? And everybody, look, if you have common sense, you would know that by now if you watch this TNT show, okay? But a lot of people don't realize that. Oh no, Ernie's just a nice, kind guy. Yeah, okay, okay. You don't know what these people do. You don't know the rituals that these people do. Okay, to get in that seat right here, you gotta be something special. You know what I mean? Because these 3, when he got championships, he's a Hall of Famer. He's a Hall of Famer. So what did he do? Right? So to sit next to them, you gotta be something special. You can't be no ordinary person. Okay. So to sit in these seats, you got to be about that ritual life. You got to be about that Hollywood ritual satanic life, man. Okay, so they don't put people on here for free. You know what I mean? Oh, you're talented. Nah, you got to do some things behind the scenes to get to in these types of seats where 30 million people are watching you every other night. Okay, so anyways. So what do we do now? Because the NBA is season might be over now, and but where do we go from here? Are we going to head to the White House and head to the courtrooms and lawyer up as a society and change the Constitution and make it equal for all with equal resources? Or are we going to redefine the police and make sure that the police are redefined, that they serve all people and protect all people, right? Are we going to, get the change documents, have lawyers change documents that and policies and regulations, and then also executive orders that go against equality and of equality of resources? All those fine prints where they said where it says, these people are going to be able to get money, and then the fine print says only Caucasians and Native Americans are actually acceptable to this fund. Everybody else cannot, right? So it's always the fine prints that gets us, isn't it? And so these are the things that happen, and because we're not educated enough to realize that this is how we get screwed. So are we going to do that? Because if we're not going to do that, if we're not going to lawyer up as a community or as a nation or whatever, to go and get lawyers, to have lawyers represent, us in changing laws and policies and the Constitution, then what are we doing? This is entertainment once again. It's entertainment. Matter of fact, these people are boycotting and losing money, right? They don't make that much money in the NBA playoffs, though. But still, you're losing money. Walking off sets and stuff like that. But are you ready to change stuff? Are you ready to change laws and regulations? Because if we're not, then we're just entertaining again. Okay. So we're just entertaining again. So I'm gonna watch and see what we do. I'm gonna watch and see what I'm not gonna hate. I'm not hating. I'm gonna watch and see what we do. Okay, because if we had our own leagues, if we had our own sports channels, right? If we own these things, if we owned a lot of the things that we consume, if we own shopping malls and shopping centers and laundry mats and things like that, and we own our own schools, we wouldn't be going through this, right? We wouldn't be going through this. So it's just weird that we're in this system that we all know goes against us. For you people that are ADOS African Americans, we all know that clearly. Our Caucasian friends know that. We talk about it. You know what I mean? Like, we all know that. We can all see it. We're not stupid people. But then the fact that we know that and then we don't have ownership is, that's, we don't come together to own things. How many times I've tried to own things with my friends and they say no. I can't. I ain't doing that. I ain't owning that. It's like we were brainwashed to not own. It's like we've been programmed, to not want to own things. To not want to own. And then when Nipsey Hussle was out there owning, buying up the block, they took him out. Right. And so they try to scare people for ownership. Oh, if I own things, they're gonna take me out like they did Nipsey, or this other person, If I try to cure people with medicine or herbs and minerals, they're gonna take me out like they did Dr. Sabi. And so that's the fear that they put in people, so that you don't own things. You don't own your own business. You don't own buildings and real estate and stuff, because they keep taking people out, and then they say, oh, they took him out because he was buying the block, right? And so that's the that's the fear that the Zionists put in us, right? And so we shouldn't live by that fear. Same thing with Tulsa, Oklahoma, Black Wall Street, when they bombed the crap out of Black Wall Street. For some, I don't know. I'm not sure what the real reason was, because some people say it was because some bronze man looked at a white woman or something, but I don't know if that's the real reason, because I've heard other reasons. I've heard other things about that. So we weren't living back then, so we wouldn't know the real truth on that. But to know that these things happen inside of America, where you're bombing and an entire area that's thriving, that's what's keeping African American ADOS people from owning stuff, because they know that these Zionists would come with technology and just wipe us out, right? And so that's putting the fear in people to do ownership. But the problem is that when you don't own, and when you're subjugated to the Zionist rules and regulations, this is what's going to happen. When you have to go to work and you're working for Zionists or other race of people, you're subject to their rules and regulations, right? And so when you don't own, you're subject to other people's rules and regulations, right? And so people, and then you get tired of it and you scream out and say, this is not right, this is racist, and this is all, you're under their rules and regulations, though, right? And so if you don't want to be under their rules and regulations, then you're welcome to leave and go find somewhere else. Go find somewhere else that might suit you better, or start your own business, right? You know, that's why I keep saying let's stop crying let's stop crying and let's start actions. Let's get into actions. Okay, let's stop crying and let's get into action. You can call people out for their bull crap. That's fine, but then do something about it. I'm going, and then give us the solution, right? I'm going to, okay, this person over here treated me bad at this job and he's this and this and that. Be careful, folks, if you're going to work for them. And now this is what I'm planning on doing now. I plan on starting my own so I can help my own people, and I can even help other people, and I'm not going to treat you guys the way that person treat. I'm going to help the world out. I'm going to be better than that person, right? And so that's what we have to do. We have to be better than the next person. If somebody's treating people bad, we need to then say, look, we can all get together, we can create our own business, the same model structure, and we can treat people better, right? And so that's something that we can do as well. Okay, so anyways, peace out, God bless. And Kenny Smith did walk off a TNT set with Charles Barkley and Shaq and Ernie there. And Ernie is a Zionist puppet, by the way. If you folks did not know that, I don't know how you don't know that. But anyways, it is what it is. Peace out, God bless. Let's see what happens from this. The NBA season and playoff looks like it's over, at least for right now. And it looks like it's over. So we'll see how this all plays out. We'll see where it goes from here. But this is, the way America is moving right now. It's not looking good, and it looks like this is gonna continue into going into the elections. And people are already talking about civil war and race war and civil war are right at the doorstep. And this has all been done by design. We talked about this years and years ago, that they have designed this, that this was going to happen in the future, and we needed to speak out against it when it happened, because it's all by design. And interesting that this is the same time period when Colin Kaepernick took his knee. So it's like a ritual, like this is almost like a ritual where Colin Kaepernick took his knee around this same time period. So that's pretty interesting, right? Um, Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Or was it the same time period? Colin, that's what people are saying. I don't know if it was the same time period when Colin Kaepernick took his knee. I don't know, because it's August, so I don't know if that was that. I'm not sure if that's accurate. I'm not sure why they're pushing that on social media. They're saying, "Oh, Colin Kaepernick took his knee in the same time period as this." Maybe Colin Kaepernick's maybe Colin Kaepernick's I don't know, something with Colin Kaepernick happened around the same time period. So people are talking about that on social media. So I'm going to I'm going to look at that a little bit more and see what the heck they're talking about with that, because August and the football, is there football in August? Maybe. I don't know. Anyways, peace out, God bless, and talk to you guys later. Eyes open, bye.